I am not a financial advisor, and this is just practical guidance. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome back to CWM University, where we learn together, and it's tax season. So you know what we're about to talk about. Yep, that tax refund. When I was about 6th to probably 9th grade, every summer and after school, I went to the Boys and Girls Club. And I knew when tax season rolled around because all of the kids had on the newest Jordans. So before you put a down payment on a car, buying the newest J's, before Amazon, Temu, and Shein see your tax refund, pause. Take a minute to think. Tax refund season is a time when people accidentally mess up their finances. And today I'm going to break down what to do with your tax refund so that your future self doesn't roll their eyes at you. Before investing or spending your money, handle the things that are constantly stressing you out. If you're behind on your bills, handle that first. If you owe your mama money, pay her first. And then move on to things that have high interest rates that you could pay down. So like credit cards, if you have those Klarna accounts or Afterpay, get those paid down first. And when you're making payments on your high interest debt, make sure that your payment is going towards the principal and not only interest. Pay extra on your principal. And usually on your apps, it gives you the option, do I want to just make a payment or am I trying to pay on the principal? If that's an option, always put extra money on the principal, because when your principal is smaller, the interest they can charge you on that principal is lower as well. Also think about maybe splitting your tax refund in half. Take half of it to stabilize your finances, so use it to reduce debt or overdue balances, and then take the other half and invest it. And I'll go over some options later on in this video about where you could possibly invest your money. Having a peace of mind when it comes to your finances is underrated, and expensive costs cost you more in the long run. So first, let's get you some breathing room. Pay down those debts that you can. Secondly, let's talk about that car. Yes, that car that has that light on these 3 months now. Let's talk about it. Get your car maintenance done. I'm talking oil changes, brakes, tires. If your tires are balding, please get some new tires. It's really safety first. And now that you have your tax refund, you have the money to do it. Do that first before you spend on anything else. Spending $200 on tires now could save you $2,000 later on some expense on your car because your tires were bad or because you didn't get the oil change. And if this is the only car you have and this is your transportation to work to make money, you really don't have any other option. Get it fixed before it becomes more expensive. Let's talk about how you could invest this money. If you haven't yet, watch my video on high yield savings account, but I'm going to go over that right now in this video. So a high yield savings account is a savings account that pays you to hold your money in this account. The more money you have in the account, the more money they'll pay you to keep that money in that account. When you look up high yield savings account, you can just go to Google and type in high yield savings account and start reading on them. You always want to try to get a high yield savings account that has a high APY. The higher the APY, the more money you will make on your money. So before you start buying clothes or buying shoes, take your tax refund and put in a high yield savings account and just let it sit there for a minute, because then you can have a plan about how you want to spend it before actually spending it. And while it's sitting in that high yield savings account, it's making you more money while you make a plan that's not rushed and that is rational to spend your money. Taking time to think is going to stop those impulsive spendings. It's going to stop me from just going to Amazon and buying an outfit that I thought was cute, or going to Shein and buying those joggers that I saw because now I have the money. But do I need those joggers? Could I not use the money for something more important? Give yourself time to think and weigh the pros and cons. You could also use that high yield savings account for your emergency fund. It is good practice to have 3 to 6 months of your expenses in a savings account, because the way this economy is going, you had a job today and then tomorrow you laid off. So then how are you going to pay your bills? Think about your future self when you get ready to use your money. So if I put my emergency fund in this high yield savings account, I can easily access the money, but it's still earning me interest while it's sitting there chilling, while I'm trying to be a rational human and think about how I want to use the money. Now, you feeling real fancy, you can go ahead and pay that car insurance up 6 months. If you pay your car insurance 6 months in advance, that is cheaper than if you pay it month to month. To me, when I figured that out, I was like, who paying 6 months car insurance at one time? But then when I started saving money, I was like, let me go ahead and pay 6 months on this car insurance so then I can save money in the long run. Because me, I love saving me a little cute coin. Now, say that you don't have these high interest credit cards that you need to pay down. You don't owe your mama money. You're caught up on your bills. So how else could you use a tax refund in your advantage? If you own a home, you could pay extra on your principal. Make sure it goes to your principal. But you can pay extra on your principal to help pay down that home quicker. Depending on who your mortgage is through, on your app, it probably will say when you make an extra payment, where do you want the payment to go? And you can click principal. If your app doesn't tell you that, call in. Hey, I have $600 extra I want to pay on the principal. How can I do that? Can we do this over the phone? Can you tell me how to do it on the app? But you want to make sure that you're paying extra on your principal. Because like I mentioned earlier, when the principal is lower, the interest they can charge you will be lower. You could also make an extra payment on your car loan, extra 2 payments. You're feeling good that day, extra 3 payments. But always make sure these extra payments go to the principal, because some of these companies will try to play you and you pay extra and then put on the interest. You want the extra payments to go to the principal. So these 2 things will get you out of debt quicker and reduce the interest they can charge you over time. So basically, they'll make less money off of you. They're gonna make money off of you anyway with a mortgage and a car note, but they could make less if you pay it off faster. So less debt you have, the more options you have. And of course, you can grow your money in a high yield savings account, or you can invest in yourself. If you have a business and buying more inventory will make you more money, why not? You have the tax refund, put that money inside of your business to help yourself make more money. Get a new certificate, which will help you either get a promotion at work or get another job that pays higher. Increasing your income is gonna automatically help you make more money and pay off your debt sooner if you have debt, or save money quicker. If you have skills that you've been meaning to improve, you can use a sewing machine, but you want us to learn how to tailor clothes so you can start tailoring clothes for others and make money that way, take that extra sewing class. Get on an Eventbrite or Google and find someone who's offering classes on tailoring clothes. Just do it. Also, if you really want your future self to thank you, you could invest in a Roth IRA, or you can put more money in your 401k or 403b, depending on what type of retirement account that you have. Even a small boost in those accounts can compound over decades, and you have more money later on in life. My father has told me this all the time. You want to think about your future self, because what if life plays a trick on you and let you be 70? Do you want to be 70 still working? Or do you want to be 70 laid out on somebody's beach because you thought about your future self when you're in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s? So you have a decision to make. Your tax refund can disappear, or it can be working quietly for you. I know you're thinking, she was talking about how to pay my bills off, and how to pay extra on my car note and my mortgage, or put money in my retirement account. But what if I want to do something nice for myself? If you're not behind on bills, and you don't owe anybody money, and you handle those necessities, got those new tires on that car that you need to be getting a long time ago, then yes, enjoy your money. You deserve it. Just don't spend money on yourself first and then stress later about it. So if you want to do a little bit of it all, everything I mentioned, consider using these percentages to split your money up. Use 40% just to stabilize yourself, get you back on top of the water and not drowning. Use 30% to save/invest, and then use the other 30% to turn up. But in all seriousness, make your future self proud, because next year's tax refund shouldn't be fixing this year's mistakes. If you found this video helpful, subscribe, send it to somebody you know it can help before they press check out. Also, leave in the comments how you plan to use your tax refund. What are some ways that you are going to use it to help your future self? Thank you for watching this video. And you already know. Until next time, peace out.